Hello guys, welcome back to a new video of DANIA. As you guys know, that I'm working quite a lot on DANIA lately, because I want to finish it here in the nearest future that are coming here, maybe over the summer or so. So I am really trying to finish off the areas that I know that is gonna take a lot of time to do, but hopefully that will make it easier for me to finish off the park, so I only have those basic small things left to do, which is filling in the gaps and adding the last sort of small detailing a little bit of everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of like my plan, and I also have a little bit of cinematics at the end of the video where you guys can kind of see a little bit what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, I'm super happy about that, to be honest, because as I said in the previous video where I did the station, it's been a long way with this park, and I was if I knew that this was gonna take forever to finish up a park like this, I would probably not have made it this big, honest. Because I feel like really they take a lot of time of you to make these mega parks. But nevertheless, guys, today I'm doing some more stuff to the station. I'm making the queue line and the interior of the station, and also adding the last sort of bits and detailing to the roof, to this side we are looking at now, because the other side will not get a little bit of love today. I'll probably do some stuff off camera on this station now, because I feel like now you've seen me build it, and now you've seen me do the queue line and interior on this bad boy here. So I felt like that I might just be able to do things now off camera that are related to this area here, because there are so many parts around this coaster and river rapids that still need some detailing. And as I say, I don't know how much, because I want to have those 100 episodes that is gonna finish off Dania. So I don't know if I want to put out videos that are just me fiddling around anymore. Just mainly just good videos where I actually managed to do something pretty nice, which I'm doing today. And also, sorry for the long video once again, guys. I just can't seem to stop at this moment. My groove is definitely here when I'm doing the Viking stuff, and I don't wanna stop it by stopping the recording and say that's enough for this time. So I just build and build and build, and that's also why you have this 40-minute video, guys. I hope it's not too much, and I hope it's worth the 40 minutes watch when you get to the end. But I felt like when the queue kind of like got up there from the left side of this wall, I definitely needed something to cover it up so people don't jump down to the coaster or whatnot. So my plan here was to make an overhang that kind of like takes away how do you say, the air that is between here and the station will be covered up with a little bit of a overhang where the coaster goes under, and then the people that are on the queue can jump down on it, which I felt was needed, since I know it's not super realistic, but I still feel like we could make sure that the safety in the park is good. So that's what I did there. You will see it here in a sec, me going over and start working on it. But my plans were mainly just to detail this cube, make it look super Viking-ish, and the shields of course always helps with that part. And then I'm also adding some bunting to make it look a little bit more nicer. Something I was a little bit, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me answer this question. I know I just said that I'm not going in for the realistic way, but I was actually thinking, would some sort of a torches, like, you know, the ones we got in the adventure pack and stuff, would that be something you would even see in the theme park? Like, do they do? I feel like I've seen something in PortAventura when I was there, but it was like tiny bits. But it's just because I feel like this is so much wooden, right? And having a torch with fire here might not be the greatest call. But I feel like the torches just fitted well for the Viking area. So I placed them here. And you will see that here in a minute or so. Me playing around with them. And I do try to keep them away, or far away as possible from the wooden structures. Just to give that illusion that they have taken in thoughts that these torches here with fire should be way away from the wooden, from the fence itself and all that stuff. You see me adding them here. Those are the one I'm talking about. But as I say, I feel like that they do a good job here. They do what they're supposed to do, and yeah, I feel like it was a good call anyways. But let me hear you guys' thoughts on it though, because as I say, I'm a little bit in a dilemma on which other lights I should use for the Viking area then that will fit as good as this guy. So yeah. Afterwards, I go a little bit further into the queue. As I say, I'm basically doing the entire queue here, because I wanted to be finished with this. Also, why the video is these 40 minutes long. But it all makes sense, guys. It all has a purpose, because it's tickling now that the park is so close to being finished. And I've also started making some POVs with cheat engines, cinematics, and so those videos should also be coming out very soon, guys. I'm a rookie at that stuff, and I feel like you guys are waiting for some POVs now, and I totally understand you guys for that, because I have been postponed it a lot. So that's also something you guys can look forward to that will come here through the next weeks or so. But only the coasters that are of course done, and then when the others are done, they will also get one. I will definitely get all coasters and rides POVs before I release the park itself. So that's the goal too. So when I did some stuff to the queue line, I went into the station itself just to give it some supports, just to kind of like close off the roof pieces, because I don't want the roofs to be noticeable from the station. So I do this sort of a quick thing here where I just put in some supports and afterwards add some planks to it to close it off, so people can't see all the messiness the roof looks like from the inside here. So that's sort of the plan at this point right now. I'm really decorating this interior station. I think this might be some of my best station work, honest opinion. This station has so much stuff. It looks so real, and it just feels like it's like a Viking station as soon as you enter it. And that was like kind of like the goal I wanted with this. So I'm super stoked about that. And I have to say though, I mean, I would say my biggest challenge of all challenges is coasters. But after coasters, it has to be coaster stations. But I have to say, after building a lot of stations in this park, I felt like I kind of found myself a good way of starting on doing them, you know. And I can't wait to build more coasters, that too, but also stations, to be honest. Because I feel like I've found a good way now. And also I have this sort of picture in my mind all the time on how they look in real life too. And some coasters in stations in real life are pretty damn boring. But there are a few that really does the job, like Woden. We got the George the Dragon in Efteling. Like the station wise, they're so well themed, right? And that's kind of like the goal I was going for here as well. But the first thing I do is mainly just give it some support work, because I felt like that it needed that, and it also just give it that little extra look when you do it like that. So I don't go so much into the detailing on this roof or on this ceiling here. Mainly just a little bit of broken bits and a little bit of messiness. That's pretty much what I do. But this video mainly I focus on the interior. It gets a big part in this video. As I say, I'm really going 100% in it, and I feel like that the interior actually looks pretty dope, if I have to say it myself. And I also would love your guys' opinion on it too. I was actually a little bit bummed out from the last video, because, I mean, true story. I felt like this station I did here in Dania was one of the best things I've ever did in this park. And it didn't get the views I was expecting, or hoping, let's just say it like that. But nevertheless, it don't bring me down, it just bumps me out a little bit, because I really feel like that build was something very extraordinary. It might be super arrogant to say it like that, but I really felt like it, and it bumped me out a little bit that not so many of you reacted on it, if I have to say it like that. But it is what it is. I'm not in it for the views. It's just sometimes I feel like, okay, this is something way better than the last video I did, and this didn't get the same amount. So that's just what it is. That's just what I meant, basically. But if you haven't seen it, I would suggest you guys go check out the build I did on this station here. It's super Woden inspired, and I feel like I nailed the Woden illusion pretty good. But you can decide that, and write it in the comments down below what you think. You saw me do these dragon heads here. I actually never thought that we could disable the fire on them and actually just use them as scenery pieces. But that's what I'm doing here in the station. I feel like Viking is sort of dragon. I mean, fantasy, yeah. But I don't know if Danish Vikings should have dragons and all that. But they did have a lot of serpents and dragons and all that stuff on their flags and shields and ships and whatnot. So I felt like those could fit okay here for this time. And actually, as soon as I add more stuff into the station, it's gonna look so much better. But as you guys can see here, I just used the, what are they called? The ladder pieces, and just put them together. So I got this sort of little fencing here, and then afterwards I'm gonna delete the fence that are towards the pathing here. But as soon as I got all this stuff done at the queue, I started adding also a bunting and a little bit of fire torches and all that stuff, like it has on the other side. And I have to say, this queue is actually quite cool. I like it. It's not that crazy, and it's super detailed all the way around, and that's pretty much what I can ask for here. So I'm super happy about that. I wanna say something more about this stuff, but I will do that later on in the video, guys. For now, I'm gonna give you guys some tracks, so hope you guys will enjoy the music and the speed build, and I will get back to you guys at the end of the video. Enjoy, guys. Alright guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the music. You saw me do a little bit more stuff to the queue here before I put the music on here. And did some more stuff to the exit too. Kind of like made this little of a safety net too, or how you say it, with the planks. Because the coaster kind of like goes above it, right? And some of the supports just didn't work out for me. So I had to do something. But I gotta say, compared to what I had in mind at first when I first started the station here, I wasn't going to get crazy with the interior part. But I had some ideas I wanted to try out, and then one thing took another, and I just got so much groove to do the interior of the station. So that's kind of like what I went for. You can see here I'm adding those dragons as I told you guys about, which definitely does something to it. They just do that little extra thing to the station, and I'm super happy about that. And of course I did put out the fire so they don't burn down the entire place here. I actually felt the interior of the station. I had like Walden and George the Dragon in my mind, how those stations looked. So I just kind of like just went with that, and just put one piece down and say, how would this look? And something worked out for me and something didn't. As you can see here, I'm trying to place down something for the fencing here too before they board the coaster. And this little extra thing here actually did the job. It made it look more wooden, more Viking-ish, and yeah, I just like the end result of this. It really did something to the station here, made it, as I said, more woodeny. And that's kind of like what I was going for. I was actually going for first, you know, like the classic, having a boat hanging, but it just didn't make sense to me at the long haul, if I have to think about it myself. But I didn't have any plans on how I wanted the station to look. As I said, it was mainly just George the Dragon and Walden I had in mind how their station looked. Also looked a little bit pictures and stuff. And then I just tried to do my own kind of thing here. With some bonding on the station. And I know I don't have any guests walking here, but I tried to place these guys as good as I could so the guests don't clip through them. And if it comes to it that they just walk straight into a pole, I will of course do something to adjust it so they won't do that. This little particular here, oh man, it's definitely just, I actually feel like it's super annoying that we have that big fencing area there. If we didn't have that fence, we could basically build whatever we wanted here, right? I'm okay with it when the people have to board though, but this little thing on the right you see, it's just annoying thing to do, right? So yeah, and sorry if you guys see a little bit pop-ups. I forgot to log out of some of my other game launchers, so but all in all, the station itself came out super cool. I wasn't actually thinking that the station was gonna look this cool when it first finished off. But as I say, the more pieces you add, and just don't stop. If you just are focused, concentrated, and just say, okay, I want to try to do this, and then one piece after another, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have something that is actually look quite decent. And that's kind of like the basic thing I did here. I had some ideas, I tried them out. Some of them worked, some of them didn't, and that's kind of like what got me to this station as it is now. I felt like I needed to pack up the station here too, or not the, I can never forget or remember what this guy is called. Let's just call it the ride booth, shall we? I detailed that part too, because I didn't feel like the whiteness of that little booth there did anything good here. So I did that, and then also tried to cover it up a little bit. Just basically try to detail and clutter it up on this station here, where the people don't go, you know. And as I said, it was a little bit difficult because I didn't have any people here walking. But I hope that that it's okay. And I will eventually have some people walking here and have them riding the coaster, so I will get to see that. But for now, it's mainly just this how it looks. Bunting, drapes, pillars, all that good stuff. I take a little bit break from it, and then I go on the outside to the exit path here, where I actually didn't have any plans. I just felt like I needed to make it look proper and neat. So what I'm doing here first is that I'm attaching some extra pillars to the supports here, so make it feel like that though these are with the supports too, because I feel like it's super weird that they removed that little support there, because the pathing doesn't really clip through it. So it's a little bit of a mystery to me. But anyways, I went in and made some quick custom supports here, very quick, nothing fancy, and try to get some ideas on how I could make the exit path look. So I basically do what I've done on the entrance, adding these stockade fences here, and making some buntings, and just making it look pretty. It's not as good as the entrance or the cube line, but it does the job. Let's just say it like that, right? And of course, with a little bit more wood and stuff here on the exit path to the coaster, or trees, foliage, shrubs, maybe some scenery, it will look way better now, because right now it's super plain, but I will get to it. And as you guys have seen me do through the video, I add these sort of little square next to the coasters with the pointy fencing, which is something that I have an idea of I want to do to detail the coaster and river rapids a lot more. Hopefully I can get it done the way I have in mind, but we will see. I might even make a video of it if that's the thing, or if I feel like that this is gonna be something good. And also, guys, just a FYI, I have an adventure DLC that I want to give away to you guys. I did try it off in my Blackmire video, but it ended up that everyone that were answering or commenting already owned the DLC, so I couldn't get rid of it. But I want to do it again here, guys, and specific because some of the pieces I've used on this build is in that pack. So if you don't have the pack yet, guys, write in the comments down below hashtag adventure pack and write why you think you should get it, and then I will announce who will get the adventure DLC pack in my next DANIA video. And let's try it off here then. I hope I can really get rid of it this time, guys, because it's just literally just dusting up here. So if you don't have the adventure DLC, please put your comments down below, guys, and write adventure pack, and you will be in the how do you say, the roundup of getting the adventure DLC. I can only recommend it. It's personally my favorite pack of all the packs there are in Planet Coaster, and it gives you so many opportunities to do whatever you please in this game. So yeah, guys, that was just a little thing. So please don't be shy. Write hashtag adventure in the comments down below, and write why you think you should get this pack here. And then I will choose the winner in the next DANIA video. So yeah, awesome, guys. Yeah, right. Woohoo. Okay, never mind. Next thing I'm doing here is I'm adding this little extra realistic touch to it. Probably a lot of people have already done this, but I got the idea from my good friend Jure, who also made a Viking coaster called Drauga, which were pretty damn sweet. But he did this thing that when the coaster arrives to the station, these crates here, or trapdoors, go up. So kind of like to feel like that the guests are putting their belongings in here. I thought that was a super neat idea. So of course I thought I should get that here as well. Not so good executed as on Jure's side though. But it does the job here, and I'm super excited for the end result. Last up, guys, we are doing a little bit of detailing parts here. Some clutter, some lighting, and just basically adding things where things needs to be added. It's not that difficult. I felt like these pickaxes here actually look pretty damn cool hanging on the wall, so of course we should have some more of those. And actually now just finishing up the last parts here before we go to the cinematics. But I'm super curious to hear what you guys think. Now you guys have seen the coaster being super plain, nothing on it, and now it has sort of this super cool Viking theme, which I think is super dope. And also, you've seen me focus a lot on the area around the coaster itself here, and that's mainly just because I wanted it to look presentable. I wanted it to look super cool and kind of like give you guys the image on how it will look when all this stuff is kind of like detailed. There are some big supports on this coaster here, and I will not detail those. It's mainly just the parts where I can put this fencing around the layout of the coaster and kind of like enclosure it in that way, so it feels like they are driving around in some sort of a fortress or something like that. Yeah, and also guys, if you like my content and you would like to see more of it, go check the descriptions in my go check the links in the description below, because I'm doing a lot of streaming lately. So if you want to chill out with me and hang out and see me build stuff and play stuff or whatever, come gladly. I would love to have you there. That was just a little extra thing here, guys. I think I've mentioned it in a few of my videos, but I'm just starting to get a good streaming schedule up and running, as well as my uploads for YouTube. So drop by, guys, say hi, and come chill with me whenever I do it. So, but we're at the end here, guys. Almost at the end. I'm adding, of course, these little grips here to make it look like that the drapes here are actually hanging in something instead of just hanging in thin air. Because it didn't look super good as I intended it at first. So I added those little grips there to make it look more decent. I'm mainly just filling up this area, and this was the area I was talking about. I really dislike that we have this fence here. I wish that we could get the opportunity to remove it ourselves, so we could actually make some proper theming here instead of enclosing in with this sort of weird wooden thing I did here. So that is definitely something I hope that was gonna happen, but probably not. It's too late anyway. So but adding the last little flag here, I'm probably gonna add those flags a little bit everywhere around the coaster, because they just do that awesome thing to it, right? It just makes it look super cool. And I'll probably do that. Adding the last bits here, guys. As I said, some lighting. The lighting is not perfect as it could have been. I will, of course, eventually go into DANIA and add the lighting and stuff, so everything is super lit up at night as well. I thought about making a fireworks show too, but I don't know if my frame rate will even take that in consideration. So, but anyways, guys, I am very happy you guys are gonna drop by and watch. I appreciate it a lot, guys. If you like the video, give it a like, and write your comments down below if you have anything you want to share. I would love to hear it, guys. So have an awesome day. Enjoy the cinematics, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.